I'm here in the United States, and I'm at the Earthbound factory with David Hofer, the senior, he's the managing director of Earthbound here, Earthbound RV I should say, here in Marion in Indiana. Thank you for talking with me. I know you're a busy man, but I appreciate your time. Could you tell us a little bit about the different layouts you have, and what inspired you to create the layouts you have?
Our goal initially, and believe it or not, was to learn how to build and manufacture a product that was equivalent to an automobile in qualities. And we're still working at that process. It's a process that'll take many, many years. But I had a group out of Detroit come to me and say, you know, Dave, what you're doing is called insanity. You're trying to build a better product utilizing the same materials, expecting different results, and it's not going to happen. So they educated me on the composites and so forth, and our goal was to build a better product. The byproduct of that and was many things, really. Number one, stronger. Number two, much lighter weight. And for every 1,000 pounds we take out of a unit, there's almost 10% fuel savings. The other thing is we can extend the warranties on the products. They are more difficult to build, there's no question. More labor intensive, much more. And it requires a skilled labor market.
Yes.
And we're actually in an automotive town, not an RV town here. Okay. We had initially conventional RV builders working with us, and it didn't work. Okay. No, and the culture of these people is more like ours and yours, and we're both striving for the same thing. As far as floor plan layouts and dimensions, in the U.S., we wanted to keep everything under 30 foot. Otherwise, you can't go into the national campgrounds. Okay. So that was our first intent. Secondly was to build popular floor plans that are feasible, floor plans that are easier to tow, and a contour that actually lends itself to aerodynamics as it's being towed down the road. As you know, and I know, that RVs, we're being told, we're designed to flex. And actually all we're doing is opening up chasms within the units for leaks. So our goal was to eliminate fasteners, go to high-tech adhesives and things of this nature that would enhance the ability for a stabilized unit, allowing just the suspension to move, not the unit itself. Okay.
So that's excellent. From perspective of an Australian buyer, I would be thinking, how strong are these really? Will they put up with Australian conditions, and how does that, what aspects have been put into getting the strength for sort of a gravel type of road if they had to travel down that?
Well, the advantage we have here is that, like with our floor construction, the materials we actually utilize for the floor originally came from the military. Okay. And it was utilized for armor plating. Okay. It was called Bulletex. Right. I can actually take a sledgehammer, a full-size sledgehammer, swing it as hard as I can, and hit that floor material, and it will leave a little bit of a scar on top of the floor. Another thing regarding strength is, you know, if you take a forklift and pick the floor up of a typical RV in the middle, it's going to go like this to you. Our floor remains straight. Okay. Very little flex at all. Okay. And again, it's strong. We've utilized automotive testing, not RV testing, in the construction of this. We took 2 years just to develop the floors from existing materials that are out there. So it wasn't an overnight process. Other
than being green, the reason for not using wood has a practical use as well?
Well, yes. One, it's sustainable. It's recyclable. Secondly, there's no VOCs.
Mm-hmm.
If you walk into our unit, you'll not have any off-gassing or smells that would be foreign to the nose or sensitive to the individual that has issues with their lungs and things of that nature.
Yep. So with the composites utilised in the cupboards attaching to walls and things like that, wouldn't that hold better in this type of composite than wood?
No comparison.
No comparison.
And the adhesives we use, for instance, the radius on the roof, the aluminum radius, there's 2 little set screws in each end. That's glued on. And we're utilizing adhesives that are way beyond anything anybody ever dreamed of in the RV industry. And they're used in aerospace, they're used in automotive and marine.
That's excellent.
You could actually put a fire hose inside this unit, and the only thing you'll damage would be the electronics and the cushions.
Is that right?
Yeah, you're not going to hurt anything else. You can dry it out and use it.
Yeah, and it is fairly impervious to water within the cabin area too. Like the ability for water to access this unit would be next to none.
Next to none. And if it ever did, it can't hurt anything.
That's a fabulous.
That's the beautiful part about it.
Thing. Yeah. And
but strength, durability, no mold, no mildew, no rot. All of those are positive things that we all want to see in whatever we buy.
And it's very stylish. It's at the top of the line of what we would be used to. What about in the American market? Where does it sit in the American market?
Amazingly, very similar.
Very similar.
Again, our cultures and our wants are very, very similar. And the desire of the consumer in the U.S., they've wanted a better product for years. And we're in the process of doing that.
Thank you very much, David, for spending the time with us, the Australians. We're very keen to have the Earthbound finally come. We've been attacking you about, and your staff and management about dates when we're getting our first one through, and we are desperately looking forward to seeing that come onto Australian shores. And I'm very proud to be one of the first to be able to take it around and show people. So I feel pretty privileged at the moment, but thank you very much for spending your time with us.
Let me say this to all of you, that we're the ones that feel privileged. We're excited about the Australian market. We feel like we can be brothers and sisters in this and do things correctly between us.
Yes,
and join together and work together towards one end. And that's a better product for everybody. And there isn't anything you can't tell us. There isn't anything you can't say to us. So we're really excited about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dave. Good on you.